Hello everyone. This is the pre-market report video for 7th February 2023 in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. First, quickly let's see what happened on Indian market yesterday. Nifty opened gap down of 30 points and quickly it dropped another 100 points to the day's low of near 17,700. Then it took support there and throughout the day it trades in the range between 17,700 and 17,800. In the end, Nifty closed near 17,750. Except the first 1 hour, Bank Nifty 2 range bound throughout the day within 250 points. Regarding Reliance, I don't know why, since already oil price was very low, but still Indian government increased the windfall tax. For example, for crude oil production, government increased the tax to 5,050 rupees per ton from 1,900 rupees per ton. They also raised the tax on export of diesel to 7.5 rupees per litre from 5 rupees per litre. And in case of aviation turbine fuel, it is 6 rupees per litre from earlier 3.5 rupees per litre. Thus, throughout yesterday, it puts pressure on Reliance Industries, and not just Reliance, the entire energy sector itself was down by 0.5 to 1%. Sector-wise, metal was the biggest dragger as it dropped over 2%, followed by energy and auto. On the positive side, Nifty Media increased around 0.8% and FMCG increased by 0.6%. Again, FII net sold shares worth approximately 1,220 crore rupees and DII net bought shares worth approximately 1,200 crore rupees. Surprisingly, yesterday the overall advance decline ratio was 3:2.5, which means for every 3 stocks advanced, 2.5 stocks were declined. This is much better than Friday closing. Then, after the Indian market hours, all 4 European major index traded negative and closed negative, since none of the macro that released yesterday to its respective country was good. For example, UK's construction PMI data comes as 48.8 against expectation of 49.8, which means for January month, the construction sector contracted by over 1%. Then about Germany retail sales, again on month-on-month basis, it contracted by over 2.7% compared to its expansion of over 1% in the previous month. Regarding US market, it still haven't come out of the shock about its super duper jobs data that released on last Friday. As we discussed about that in detail in the last pre-market video itself, thus I don't want to duplicate the same information. Anyway, moving on, tonight in US, there is a schedule due for Fed chairman speech. Last Wednesday, he spoke very dovish, but the problem raised after that on Friday. So last night, US investors were really very nervous and thus it puts pressure on all 3 US major index. This also increased the 10-year treasury bond yield by 3% to 3.63%. This is the 1 month highest value, and the same on dollar index as well. The dollar index value increased to 103.5%. Additionally, there was a demand concerns on Apple in China. The retailers in China did the price cut on Apple phones to boost its iPhone 14 sales in China. This, along with the 10-year treasury bond yield increase, puts pressure on all tech stocks in US except Tesla. Apple and Google dropped near 2%. Both Amazon and Netflix dropped over 1%. Only Tesla increased by around 2.5% as some of the US investment firms upgraded the Tesla stock price target to overweight. Since this Tesla price cut in China made it really competitive and they expect it to increase its demand. As a overall, last night Dow Jones dropped by 0.1%, S&P 500 down by 0.62% and Nasdaq was down by 1%. Last night, US VIX increased by over 6% to near 19.5. Then, in case of oil, yesterday there was a severe earthquake in Turkey and Syria. This halted the oil operation in Sihan, which subsequently results in the increase of oil price by over 1.5%. At the time of this video, WTI crude oil is trading near $74.5 per barrel and Brent crude oil is trading near $81.5 per barrel. Coming to Indian ADRs, it's all crash. Banks only dropped around 0.8%, but IT ADRs crashed around 2.5%. Regarding why, I'll explain in the later part of the video. However, in terms of SGX Nifty, at 3 AM Indian Standard Time, it closed at 17,810 level, which means it's kind of indicating 20 to 30 points gap up opening. That's all about the global market. Now let's move on to the Indian market related info. First, yesterday after the market has, Tata Steel released its Q3 earnings results. Surprisingly, they posted a consolidated net loss of around 2,200 crore rupees, whereas last year same period in comparison they made over 9,500 crore rupees profit. Even the revenue declined around 6% due to the result of lower steel price. However, there was only one positive, on year-on-year basis, their sales volume increased by 4%. Anyway, the results were really very negative as the analysts were expecting the profit of 2,000 to 4,500 crore rupees. Then the second info I like to discuss is regarding ICRA report on IT sector. For those who don't know, ICRA is one of the major credit rating agency that listed publicly in the stock market. Yesterday, they released the report that Indian IT sector will expect to further slow down in the near midterm. They also said that in the last 9 months, Indian IT sector in dollar terms, it grown by only 9 to 11%. In comparison, last year it grown over 17 to 18%. This report did not go well with the investors, and that's the reason even Indian ADRs in US market were down by over 2.5%. Hence, we can also expect the same pressure today on IT stocks in the Indian market as well. Enough of negative news, let's have a look at the positive ones. Yesterday, for the first time, Reliance in partnership with Ashok Leyland unveiled the India's first H2 ICE vehicle. First hydrogen-fueled internal combustion engine for heavy-duty trucks. They also released a statement that their performance was on par with a diesel-fueled engine. If it's true, this is the huge achievement. Since like gasoline, hydrogen can be speed-based powerful engine, but attaining the diesel equivalent torque and performance is the huge achievement. Also, this kind of makes the Reliance Industries to enter into a new business along with securing oil and gas future business. So, I consider this news as huge positive for Reliance. Let's see. As a summary, US market was down. Indian IT ADRs were significantly down with a huge weakness in IT stocks. So, clearly at present the global momentum is negative. However, for some unknown reason, SGX Nifty kind of indicating positive gap up opening, and there are some positivity around Reliance Industries. Just for cautiousness, based on stocks open interest, I can see the short build-up on Divi's Lab, Tata Steel and HDFC Life Insurance. Then about the things to look out, today the earnings results of Airtel, Hero MotoCorp, Ambuja Cements, Adani Ports and Adani Green are scheduled to release. In terms of macro, there is not much that I am aware of during our market hours. However, in the aftermarket hours, as I said earlier, Fed chairman is due to deliver a speech tonight, and also US Energy Department EIA will be going to release the short-term energy outlook. Just a reminder, tomorrow there is a schedule for RBI's monetary policy for interest rate hike, and at present the expectation is that RBI is going to increase the interest rate by another 25 basis points. So despite being Fin Nifty expiry today, I expect the market to close again sideways. But don't take my word, as I may be a little bit good in predicting in short term or stock basis, but I know I'm very terrible in predicting day by day basis. In terms of technical, both Nifty and Bank Nifty forms a small inside body bearish candle. It means the latest formed whole candle without the shadow is within the open and closed trade range of the previous candle. Generally, this formation is the indication of the non-directional activity in the near future. Again, as I said in yesterday's pre-market video, still the present base level is around 17,500 with a range bound of 17,400 to 18,000. So, in order to move upwards, it has to move its base level to 17,800 and thus it will shift automatically the range bound to 17,700 to 18,250. Coming to moving average, for Nifty in daily chart, on Friday it closed with buy signal summary. In comparison, yesterday closing pushed the Nifty value down to below 10-day moving average and 100-day exponential moving average. Thus, at present, Nifty is still only trading above 5 and 200-day moving averages. Overall, 4 favors buy signal and 8 against it. As a summary, it downgrades from buy to sell now. And same sell signal in technical indicator summary. However, in case of Bank Nifty, the moving average summary is still the same as Friday closing. At present, it's trading above 5, 10 and 200-day moving averages. In case of 100-day, it trades above exponential moving average and below the simple moving average. So as a summary, 7 in favors and 5 against it. Thus, it's still a buy signal. Coming to technical indicator summary, that too it improved to neutral from sell signal. About RSI, for both Nifty and Bank Nifty, the value is around 44. So it's a marginal sell signal. Regarding options open interest, for Nifty, if you see the change in open interest, there were very small quantity of put options were added at below 17,500, whereas huge new call option open interest were added between 17,700 and 18,200. 18,000 is the point where the maximum nearby new call options were added. Thus, again 18,000 is the strong resistance today. Then, based on overall options open interest, 17,500 got the maximum put options without the significant call option open interest. So 17,500 is the support to look out for. Coming to Bank Nifty, based on change in open interest, some call options unwound took place at below 41,200 and new maximum nearby call option is added at 41,500. But if you see the overall options open interest, 42,000 got the maximum call option without the significant put option. So 42,000 is the strong resistance to break. Then 40,500 got the huge put option open interest. So 40,500 is the strong support to look out for. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and will also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment decision based on this as I am not a SEBI registered advisor. I am doing it for my and viewers' educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.